Excuse me. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon. Good evening. It's literally 4:20. So good afternoon for me. Anyway, I'm here. I'm live. It's Sunday. We're gaming. We're just here to vibe, man. It's the gaming vibe. We're gonna have some fun. I did what I needed to do earlier, so now we have all of our free time to do what we want. We can play whatever we want, see where the day takes us. Right now, I am running Halo Infinite. Not gonna lie to you guys, I was off stream yesterday, and I was kind of just grinding Halo Infinite. And I kind of had some fun. Not gonna lie, definitely had some fun playing Halo Infinite for a little bit. So I want to try to continue on with that a little bit. It probably won't be too long of games, to be honest with you. At least on Halo Infinite, it really would be more motivating. One thing I noticed, I did see a slight difference in the XP gains you get, but I still don't think it's enough, to be honest with you. I think what happened was we've been spoiled with Fortnite and Call of Duty, the way that they level up as far as their leveling system works, whether it be just leveling up your rank or to anything, just like to level up in general. Mango TV, what's up? Thank you for jumping into Twitch chat. Shout out to you. Yeah, when it comes to Call of Duty and Fortnite, the level systems are kind of like they just hand them out to you, because Call of Duty's constantly got its double XP, and Fortnite, all you really gotta do is a bunch of side quests. You're constantly getting a bunch of XP for all those. Yo, Jack Della, am I right? Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy to see somebody do that to Bilal Muhammad. But the crazy thing is, like, I kind of saw that coming. If what's his name, Bilal, decided to do exactly what he said he was gonna do, I'm gonna play striking with this guy. Are you stupid? I'm sorry, but I would have had much more respect if you had kind of played into your game to make him understand that this is your world. And of course, when you see that he's tiring out, then go beat him up on the feet if you feel comfortable. But still, to kind of live up to your word, like, okay, power to you, you live up to your word. But obviously, there was a major disadvantage in striking, 100%. Me and my friend decided to bet $30 on less than 77 civic strikes from Bilal on the one day he decides to stand. Yeah, the one time he decides to truly just have a stand-up battle. And don't get me wrong, his striking is not 100% bad, but I feel like he's one of those type of strikers, especially if you're coming from a grappling sense. He's one of those type of grapplers that needs to use his strikes to set up his wrestling, and after he does all his wrestling and sees that his opponent is tired, then he can start having his way with his striking. He's one of those type of MMA fighters for sure. It's the ego. Yep, 100%. That is the ego. 100%. 100% all ego. But hey, Bilal egoed him, but it didn't work. It didn't work for him. Unfortunately for him, it did not work. And you could see, like, Jack was just having his way. He was even mocking him in the middle of it. He was definitely feeling it. So, hey, I feel it for Jack Della. How do you even say his last name? I always mess up his last name. That's why I was thinking about that when you put just Jack Della, because his last name is very hard to pronounce. But the crazy thing that's coming about that whole situation is that now, are we really gonna do Islam Mahasha versus Jack? Is that what's gonna happen? Shout out to JDM's takedown defense. So yep, definitely put on a good showcase of takedown defense. He only landed what? Bilal only landed 2 of those takedowns. Only 2 of them, right? If I remember that right. But yeah, back to the other thing. Islam Mahasha fighting for the welterweight title is bonkers. It's just fucking bonkers, man. Like, I understand Islam's kind of beat almost everybody at lightweight, but there was always that potential talk about Islam fighting Taporia. But now, if we're really pushing this Jack versus Islam fight for him to be the first double champion of Russia, I made this proposal earlier to my head coach / father and another fighter I was talking to. If we're gonna do Islam versus Jack, we're not gonna leave the lightweight division in limbo. So you know what you do? You make Taporia and Oliveira for the interim title shot. I'm just gonna put that out there. Charles Oliveira and Ilya Taporia for the interim lightweight title. You make that fight happen because Oliveira already stated he does not want to fight Taporia unless it's for a title. Now, it's not exactly the unified title, but if you want to guarantee your spot to fight Islam for that belt, fight the 145-pound champion who wants that same thing, and you fight for the interim. It's a smart move. If you don't make that, there's three options you could do. It's either Oliveira Taporia Arman, or Arman Oliveira 2. Those three people could all be fighting for the title right now. I feel that is the move. I know Gaethje's in there a little bit, but to be honest with you, it would make more sense if Gaethje still fought. If Gaethje was able to fight Hooker and not Aziz, I feel like it would have made more sense. But now, because the Hooker fight fell out, he had to fight Aziz. He's kind of out of that picture. And Dana, I think a lot of the MMA community hates Arman right now because of that whole situation with him. That whole situation is just crazy. It's so weird that little things happen. Like, but half the time, can you honestly believe that that's exactly what happened? Now, a lot of times you gotta take that with a grain of salt. Did it really happen? That injury, did it really happen, or did you kind of just pull out secretly? Because that does happen. For anyone that believes that these injuries just happen randomly, like, perfect example, the whole Hamza and Diaz situation. Okay, perfect example. Now, he wasn't injured, but he wasn't gonna make that weight to fight Nate Diaz. No way. Because you know what they were doing? They were setting up a different fight for Kamzat, and Nate gets to go out with the W that he did. Did you know that Jack Della lost his first? Yeah, he did. That was like, I think that was like the first thing that was mentioned when he got into the Contender Series, where he hated that taste of defeat 2 in a row, and then he went undefeated after that. He's still undefeated right now, right? He hasn't lost since those 2 title fights. Well, at least 2 fights that he had as a pro. He hasn't lost since. Yeah, that's something. That is something. I remember that was like the first thing that they struck out when it came to the Contender Series when he first got introduced. It is. Yep, he is a dog. He fight like one, that's for sure. Now, most people retire or quit. Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of hard to do that when it's like so early on in your career. Now, I don't know anything about his amateur career, if he had like a long list of fights before he went pro, which I'm sure he does. But for you to quit after your first 2, like, it's still early, you know? It's a very early to quit. And you just gotta have the right connections to get you like the right fights. That's where it becomes the whole MMA politics and things, where you gotta not say pick the easy fights, but pick the right fights. Pick a fight that's gonna give you like a 50-50 chance. Not one where you're completely taking high risk, high reward. And there's nothing wrong with taking those high risk, high rewards. But if you're talking about the longevity of your MMA career or just overall fighting career, you gotta be smart with the fights you pick. You gotta be smart. Unfortunately for Jack, it's been working. So it's cool to see a new champ, but I'm calling it right now. If they don't make I think the fighting as the red pill, blue pill, you either get addicted or hated. That's a good take. Now, if nothing happens with this Islam and Jack fight, I have a feeling that the welterweight division is going to be a hot potato. It's going to be a hot potato division, kind of like the way the light heavyweight division was for a little bit, like before Jones and even after Jones. DC, how many title defenses did DC have at light heavyweight? How many did he have? I actually want to look that up before we get into gaming. UFC.com. Let's see. Daniel Cormier. Because after Jones left, DC ended up getting the belt again. Let's see. Give me the record, the resume. Okay, so damn. So hold on. Let's see. DC, I saw a lot of defenses I don't remember though. That's the thing that sucks about it. It's really hard to remember, because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this is what's fucked up about this whole thing. Every time he's fought for a belt, like, he always loses to Jones. Imagine that. Like, you keep losing to the current champion of that division, but then when he's gone, you are constantly winning your title defenses. But every time Jones is involved in any way, you don't win. But from what I'm looking at here, let me show off my screen. This is what I'm looking at over here. So this is the first fight, DC and Jones. But then after that, when Jones was supposed to fight Anthony Johnson, he got stripped because of the whole cocaine, all that. But so then they have DC and Johnson, they fight, he wins, that's how he gets the belt. Then he defends against DC. This was just random. This who he was supposed to fight. Yeah, this is when he was supposed to fight Jones. And then that whole thing with the whole steroid thing came out, and then he fights. This was UFC 200. That's crazy. This was UFC 200, DC versus Anderson Silva in a weird fight. Should never been the main event. Crazy. Then he fights Johnson again, submits him. Hold on, am I seeing this? Okay, this was round 3, and then this one was round 2. Both these fights he beats Johnson by submission. And so that's how many? 1, 2, 3. 3 defenses, like you mentioned. I see that there. And then when he fights Jones, he loses. Oh, they turned that to no contest. That's crazy. They turned that to a no contest. But then after that, he fights one more time and beats Ozdemir. So that's the last time he fought at light heavyweight. Then he fights at heavyweight, beats Miocic, Lewis. Anyone else see this bug where win, and then what? Nobody wins. It says KO, TKO. It doesn't tell you who won, but we all know who won. It was Miocic. Miocic beats him again. That was his last fight. He retired at 2020. Yeah, Stipe fights were great. I feel like a lot of people overlook Stipe Miocic. A lot of people do. They overlook him a whole lot. It's crazy that he's been put on the shelf for so long. He retired after the Jones fight, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he retired. That's terrible. I feel like 2 people got did dirty in their retirements. One happened last night. Do you remember this, Mango? What happened with Jose Aldo? His retirement walk-off. DC's an asshole. I'm sorry. Daniel Cormier is such an asshole for the way he handled fucking Aldo's retirement. The way he handled, I did not like that. They kind of just brushed him off to the side, just moved on. They even let him like continue. I understand that he did keep things up with the whole lot, but he's the GOAT, one of the GOATs, the featherweight GOAT. Let him have his moment. He kind of just brushed it off like, yeah, okay, my party's over, time to leave. That's crazy. That was insane what he did too. Now, I understand DC's doing his job and shit like that, but I feel like as a fighter, give that man his time, man. You know more than anybody. Like, let him have his moment. He did get knocked out. Now, he did get fucked up at the end of the fight, but at least he tried to kill that man. He tried to kill him. And unfortunately, his gas tank didn't keep up, and he just was getting destroyed in the 3rd round. But that stinks, man. Let's just leave it at use your trail. Like, give me back my t-shirt before you leave. Oh my god. Yeah, you're honestly not wrong. You're not wrong. The way that was handled could have been done so much better. It could have been done so much better. I don't know if did he stick around for like a press conference or anything after the event was over. I know they usually do that after every event. If they did, cool, but if not cool. Not cool how you did Aldo. And the Valentine fight. The Valentine fight was pretty good. I still feel like she could have finished her, but never happened. That was depressing. Yeah, both of those retirements were very depressing, unfortunately. But yo, before I get into playing Halo, because how long have we been going? Shoot, we've been at 15 minutes. Haven't played one game. We're talking about UFC. Hey, that's the life though. The worst was Anthony Joshua's. Yeah, I've seen that one. That was pretty bad too. That one was pretty bad. I saw something earlier. I don't know if this is 100% true. I'm gonna look this up, but I'm pretty sure what I'm seeing now with Activision, how they're handling this whole ban situation now. They added something new to the code of conduct where you can't teabag or what they call dittying people. It's crazy. Hold on a minute. Teabagging is a bannable offense. This is fucking crazy. Hold on. Where is it? Where's this new bannable offense? Everything is opinion. I don't want opinion. Give me the thing. I saw like a picture of like their whole statement that came out. Here it is. Okay. This is by Ravens, Activision Raven. Okay, let's pull this up on a Facebook post, something like that. But Activision Raven, player code of conduct. Effective immediately teabagging or ditting is a bannable offense. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? Continue to foster a respectful, inclusive gaming environment. Teabagging, rapid crouching, player ditting or taunting movement after elimination, and to harass, relay. Stuff that's just they are just part of the game, okay? Contribute to toxic gameplay and diminish the experience for other players. It's over, people. Gaming is just no longer about having fun anymore. They don't want anyone to have fun playing video games anymore. It's just crazy that we're doing this, man. No, we're not allowed to have fun, guys. Okay, we're not allowed to like pick on each other, tell jokes, nothing. It's not allowed anymore. Just play the game, don't talk to each other, just have fun with the game experience, because that's just really, they want us to be antisocial so bad, and I hate it. I hate that they just don't want us to be a part of anybody's lives. Like, just communicate with anybody. It's ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. All right, let's get into the positives. We're gonna start playing Halo Infinite, but I gotta use the bathroom first. But yo, be sure you guys are like Mango TV and give me a follow on Twitch, sub to YouTube, hit the like button on YouTube, guys. I am streaming on both platforms right now. You see the priority chat on the left here. It's a lot of Mango talking right now. Mango is talking. The priority stream that shows up on my left, at least on the chat screen, is Twitch, but I can't see you guys chattering up on the YouTube chat. I got a separate doc for that, so I can see you guys if you're jumping in on the YouTube stream. I can see all that, so be sure to jump in on the chat on no matter what platform. Appreciate it. Thank you. But I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna load up a game. Shouldn't take too long. By the time the game is ready, I shall be back. So let's put it on. Let's put on quick play. I had fun playing quick play yesterday, so we'll do that. I'll even show my screen for you guys, show you that I'm getting ready to load the game. As long as, what is this? What is this? Can I see the game? Here we go. Start the search, but I'm gonna use the bathroom quick while this loads. Surely won't take long.
Slayer.
Damn, I'm good on my timing. Look at me. I am good on the timing. What are we doing? Snipers? It is snipers. Oh. Oh shit. Damn it. I was gonna warn you guys not to be too judgmental of my sniping, especially when it's just snipers. I'm not that great. Precision beats power, timing beats speed. Yep, you are definitely correct on that. Timing is everything. And precision. battle of inches. People don't really understand that. The battle of inches, man. I had to experience that firsthand with a tall guy I was working with yesterday in sparring. Guy's like almost damn near 7 feet. Timing. Had to wait for it. I almost thought he was gonna clip me. Some people just be too nasty with this game. See? Gotta aim that. Just in the toilet. What is going on? We went from fight talk to now aiming your piss in the toilet. What's going on, man? Had me for. Oh. I was worried. I thought I was gonna. Maybe I thought we were gonna get a trade. Why does the sniper look like that? Oh, I didn't get to look at it. The sniper looked different. Come on, buddy, jump, jump, jump. Come on, buddy, jump.
Construction applied. Lost the lead.
Oh, he don't want to jump. I wanted to wait. God, I could shoot through that. He forgot. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, what? Come on. Damn it. Oh, man. Well, this definitely helped with my sniping skills. Help me improve a bit. Looks like a candy cane. Looks like candy cane skin. Okay. I don't even know what I was aiming at in the second shot. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me about that second shot. That was smart. Should have ADS on him right there. Gonna peek the other way. Oh, he won't. Did that guy kill him? Kill him? I shouldn't stand still like this. Knowing my luck, I probably got sniped in the head if I stood there too long. You know what Halo needs to bring back? What Halo needs to bring back in this game is assassinations, man. I was just thinking about that when I was creeping up behind that guy. We need assassinations back in Halo. Hopefully with the next Halo title, with the Unreal Engine and all that, bring back assassinations. Like Call of Duty still has it, but Halo, I feel like there was a lot of dope assassinations in Halo, especially Halo 5. They upped their game in Halo 5. Halo 5 is my favorite one. What my body doing? My body ain't going nowhere. My favorite one in Halo 5 was when I would grab somebody, throw a plasma grenade, and do like a little spin through, like I'm the Hulk, and like throwing them around and just throw them up in the air and they blow up. There's one like that in Call of Duty right now. I feel like it's the one that they currently added, where it's you pick a guy up, you put like a rocket, like a firework rocket on their back, and they go flying. Or maybe it's a missile, I don't know. It's a lot like that. The Halo 5 one's better. I thought about downloading that game again and playing it on the. Dude, I'm not there with the sniping in this game. I'm really not. But it's also the way this gameplay works, where everyone's trying to like. Ooh. Plus, I was never really ever good with the sniping in this Halo. Like yeah, I don't know. I'm just not there when it comes to snipe. Okay, when I start feeling bad by myself, I think about that. Okay, I guess I'm better than most, because that right there, he should have won. Like, I hit these guys, but I can't hit the head. Save my life. Call of Duty, I could do it, but for some reason the Halo now, at least in this Halo, I can't. Like, there's just something about the ADS in this game where there's like a major drag when you're doing it. I keep changing my settings for this game. I feel like I should have it to where it kind of just snaps on the people, and it just does not do it in this game. Like, I feel there's nothing fluid about the ADSing in this game. That's why I'm kind of glad that we're abandoning this whole slip space engine for the next Halo titles. We got Unreal Engine coming to play, and go back to the old ways of like the ADS sensitivity. Yeah, definitely. But even then, when you can change the ADS sensitivity, but there's something about they call it look acceleration in this game, which when you play the original Halos, we don't have that. Like I could load up MCC right now and I can show you that the settings are nowhere near the same. But to be fair, there are what? Stop. The Reach, Halo C, Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, 4. There's 6 games. There's 6 games in Halo MCC, and they all run really good, by the way. They all run really good, and I can always flip-flop my settings with ease in there, and the way the aiming works in there, there's just something different about them. Finally, a good snipe.
Enemy team nearing victory.
Oh, okay.
Remain calm.
Here, see what happens? I just gotta start talking shit, and I get my aim back up. They're listening to me, guys. Oh god, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. I was popping off for just 2 kills, okay? I'm not popping off yet. Only 2 kills. I can't start.
Bullets successfully delivered.
Okay. Okay. Are we coming back? I really should have killed him way sooner than that. Oh no. Should have ADS. I can't talk myself down too much. That was actually pretty good. Also, I went to a BJ. Yeah, that's right. You did mention that the other day when you jumped in the stream. How'd you do? How'd you do in that tournament, by the way? You get first place, second place, third place, participation? Kidding. I'm sure you won it. You dominated the entire tournament. You went absolute and destroyed everybody. Right? I'm just gonna assume you did that. You're the next Gordon Ryan. Vending machines.
Indefatigable.
Where are these guys at? Oh, it should have been a no scope. Like if I was playing Halo 3, that would have been, oh shit, that would have been a no scope for me. I didn't compete, honestly. Just want to support my team. We took second place as a gym. Nice. I think everyone medaled, which was excellent. That's good though. Showing your team support, that's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sure, you're probably studying at the same time too, learning some new moves that you could probably be embedding into your game, whatever you do. Whatever you do. When do you ever think about competing at some point? Have you competed before or? What? Hey, yo, don't do that. What is he doing to me, bro? What is that? Bro, he did it. He's hitting me up, bro. I don't like it. I'm gonna report him. I'm gonna get him banned. Oh wait, wrong title. It's not owned by Activision. How crazy would it be if Halo was owned by Activision? I feel like it would be terrible. It would be terrible. It would not be good. It would not be good. I can tell you that much. Tell you that much. You know, before we get into this, I'm gonna get some XP boost. I need to check something on my card before I do that. But I'm gonna buy this. I need to get this pass too. Anyway, how much is this pass? 1,000 premium pass. How much credits can you get for 1,000? Why is it taking 20 years to load this? Or you can get the premium and get like 20 bonuses. No, I'm good with that. All good with that. I think what we'll do is we'll do. I should just go ahead and do that. It's 20 bucks. Let me check my my things here. And I'm gonna buy this real fast. Okay. Check this out. I plan on competing once I get below 200. I'm going to spa today. Nice. Spotting. You want to go to spa? Want to go to the spa? It's old Darren Till, Mike Perry reference for anyone who doesn't know. Want to go to spa? Yeah, we can go up the road. No. Oh, you want to spa? Shit was funny. That shit was funny. Also, at least at white belt, the better jiu-jitsu doesn't always win. If you're not conditioned for tournament pace, the better athletes wins. You're not wrong about that. Darren Till's career is the funniest. Yeah. Yes, it is. The funny cat. He is a funny bunch. That man. Is he fighting a dirty boxing fight? Or, I'm sorry, not dirty boxing. He's doing a bare knuckle fight. I feel like the last thing I saw about him was either getting to straight up boxing, bare knuckle boxing, or dirty boxing. I don't know which one it is. He's all over the place. He is all over the place, so I have no idea what he's doing. Okay, I got this pass. Pass acquired. Got these instant rewards. Can I go back to the store? And then let's get a couple of these. Some XP boosts. Really up the gaming playing field a little bit. By 3 of them. Okay. 100. Perfect. So now I got a bunch of boosts to use. Get this thing done. I don't even know what Darren Till does lately. Talking to anybody. But that's the craziest thing about it. If you're not in the UFC, nobody really knows. It's kind of messed up because of like they're pretty much everybody. As long as you know anything about fighting, you know about PFL, you know about ONE FC, Bellator before it got sold to PFL, all these other leagues. Like most people, if you don't say UFC, nobody knows. And I feel like that's the one thing that kind of kills it for people when it comes to the fight game, because no one's really gonna know who you are unless you're like up there in the UFC. Now, granted, you probably get paid more in ONE FC or PFL and stuff like that, but unless you're UFC, like people go to UFC. Like look what just happened with Pitbull, Patricio Pitbull. He just went to UFC. Most people don't know who he is, but the hardcore MMA base, they know who he is. Even then, MMA fans are fucking stupid. Hey, that couldn't have been a more true statement. That statement is true, 100%. Like even like last night was a perfect example of that. Last night was a good example because of what they were doing with the what you call it. Like I feel like there's so many times when as soon as somebody even just remotely touched that fence, if it wasn't a fighter that they liked, they were constantly just immediately booed every time. They were immediately booed if they were ever on the wall for not even just a second. They start screaming off the top of the lungs like, yo, boo. Now, I do appreciate Dan for taking them off the wall. Did you see the illegal? Oh, yeah. God, okay, I don't want to hear anybody say Goddard's a good referee for letting that shit fucking happen. Okay. Because he's had some bad calls and people like let him off the hook. And with that shit right there, that was terrible. What happened in the Bilal fight? It happened twice. First with Valentina's fight. I don't remember. What happened in the Bilal fight? What happened in that fight that was illegal? I don't remember. I do not recall. Is this... Hold on, what map is this? Is this... Is this the Halo 3 map? I could have sworn there was a grounded knee. Oh no, I don't remember that. But I was also 3 shots. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with indulging while the fight's going on. Maybe it did happen, I don't remember myself. Oh, it is. Why do I not know the name of this map? I'm pissed that I don't. I want to. It's not Countdown. It's not Narrows. What is the name of this map? I'm gonna lose my shit. I don't remember the name. Okay, now we're popping off. But I was just laughing my ass off because I know Aljo was watching live and that was pissed. Watching that live and oh shit, oh, that spooked me. Who was Aljo watching for? Just for Bilal or Jose Aldo? I'm not sure why would it matter if Aljo's watching.
Another one down. Tango's closing in.
They're about to get flanked.
Lost the lead.
Called it. Okay, well, he beat me to the punch. He had a shotgun in his hand. Hey, banned. You're banned. You're banned. You're not allowed to do that. You're banned. That's crazy, man. The fact that that's even a bannable offense now is crazy. Then again, is that 100% true? Chubbs.
Successfully delivered.
The illegal knee, but you have a point that he doesn't have a very strong reason to watch. I mean, I had a discussion yesterday. There's been times where we've had title fights that were not pay-per-view. That card, as good as the fights were, there were some good fights, don't get me wrong. I did enjoy watching the event, but it is not. There's got to be a tier system when it comes to certain fights being on pay-per-view, because that was not an $80 event. We're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, that was not an $80 event. Like, that should not cost $80 for a pay-per-view. That's what makes people just want to go out to a bar and watch the fights that way, not be at home or hang out with your buddies at like a special venue or something to watch the fights. $80 for that is not, nah, sorry, that is not $80. Especially when you got like, you know what's messed up? If you're the champion, nobody knows who you are, and your name is remember the name. There's no disrespect to Bilal Muhammad in any way, but I'm telling you right now, like, most people are not gonna know who he is because of the way that he fights. When's the last time he's finished somebody? Now that I think about it, when's the last time he got a finish on his resume? The only one I can think of is Sean Brady, right? Did he finish Sean Brady? I'm pretty sure he finished Sean Brady, but other than that, it's just like, yeah, he's a dominating force, stuff like that. He's a force to be reckoned with. He's a tough competitor, but that's the problem. It's a competitor. There's a difference between competitor and then fighter. A fighter is gonna be an entertaining fighter and try to like take your head off or break your arm or break your leg, do something. A competitor is gonna do everything that they can to win based off points. And that doesn't gravitate to a lot of people. It does not gravitate to the main casual fan base. You got to be exciting, especially if you're going to be in the UFC. You got to be exciting. You got to look like you're trying to finish somebody. Oh god, that's very true. I like that take. That's literally the world we live in now. Like, yeah, these people are great when they go to PFL or 1FC, and there's some people that really respect the game and enjoy watching those type of fights, but you want to make a living, you want to make some money, and you want to stop not getting paid. Be an entertainment. Be entertainment, because that's the main argument that people make when it comes to being in the UFC. They're like, oh, I'm beating these top guys, I'm not getting paid my worth, I'm doing everything I can to win, why are you not promoting me this much? As much as they're doing their job to promote you, you got to promote yourself with your fighting. Sorry, you gotta go for that finish. You can't just be looking to win. It's not gonna win you fans. Like sub only grapplers versus point grapplers, yeah, that's definitely the same take, especially with them. But that's why, honestly, that take right there, that last take you just mentioned, is why combat jiu-jitsu is a thing. That's why combat BJJ was created, for that right there. For anyone that's just trying to play off of control, or if you're trying to get finished but you can't finish their subs, so you start smacking them upside their head. That is the main reason why that has been made. If for those people that don't want to get into MMA, but they want to get in jiu-jitsu, but they're having a hard time, it's okay. Let me power slap you while I'm trying to break your arm or neck. How does MMA ground and pound compare to combat BJJ? Well, you can't punch them in combat BJJ. You can only, like, I'm pretty sure they changed it a little bit. I'm pretty sure you were allowed to palm strike people. Maybe you still can, but maybe just I know slapping is allowed. You can do that, and maybe palm striking, like full on, like old school boss room shit. But other than that, you can't punch them. MMA, you're allowed to do all those things, including elbow. You know what I mean? You're allowed to do all those things. Combat jits, you can't punch them. because you're not wearing gloves. I need to stop picking up those fusion coils. I need to stop. That's obviously not helping my situation. Yeah, it's always funny when you get into like a BJJ session and you got people who do MMA and you got some of the people that just do jiu-jitsu, and when you start adding the rules like, hey, we're gonna do jiu-jitsu but we're allowed to add like mock punch to the head, do damage to the body with punches, they get so confused and just forget that, hey, it really throws off anybody that's good at jiu-jitsu that you start punching them, they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to deal with it because they're not used to getting hit. So you start doing that.